Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a mobility video. So my husband, bodybuilder, tight, non-flexible,
You're really
lover.
hyping me up for this one.
Lover.
This is some bull crap.
He's going to be doing some mobility exercises. What we're actually gonna do is I'm gonna choose a mobility exercise, we perform it, then Steve's gonna choose a mobility exercise and perform it. And we'll do, how many you wanna do each?
We'll do 3 each.
Nor Steve or myself. We don't wanna train today. We've had a massive
Speak
week.
for yourself. I'm doing full body after this.
Seriously?
Yes.
Well, I've worked out every day this week, so I am just doing mobility. You guys will probably see some repeats of exercises I've shown you on here before or on IG. You don't follow me on IG, you need to go do it because I share so many mobility videos, so many different things. I want to see this man struggle. It's just a ball of muscle. He's got no mobility. Let's get started.
Oh, here's the thing, Morgan. Morgan calls rock, paper, scissors, scissors, paper, rock in some weird Australian format that I've never heard of. So we do rock, paper, scissors in the US.
You can say rock, paper, scissors. I'll say scissors,
You
paper,
cannot.
rock.
In this gym, in this country, you're gonna say rock, paper, scissors.
In my house.
rock,
Scissors,
paper, scissors.
rock.
Ah, I can't. We gotta do this my
Okay,
way.
so I say scissors, paper, rock. You go rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
So we're gonna go paper, rock, scissors.
No,
And
rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, you say shoot?
No, I thought you said shoot. Rock,
Scissors, paper, rock.
scissors. You waited. And you still lost. Okay, best of 3.
Scissors,
rock,
paper,
paper,
rock.
scissors. You're done.
Shit.
I happen to be the best person I know at
It's 'cause he reads
rock, paper,
minds.
scissors. I don't know what I'm throwing until I throw it, and it's right on.
What is this setup?
This is, we're gonna start off with a little
Are
pigeon
you gonna
stretch.
at least flip it so it doesn't roll off? No, I
Oh
mean.
yeah, we need to do this.
What
No, it's
are
fine.
you doing?
What do you mean?
It's the wrong way.
What are you talking about?
This attaches to this.
No, babe, it can. Oh yeah, that's right. Hip mobility. Most of the guys out there are definitely gonna need to do this stretch. This is one that's gonna really challenge you if you've never done it, but the pigeon stretch up onto an elevated box like this, starting out, you might have to get less 90 degrees in the knee and more angled, but what we wanna do is we wanna prevent any rounding of the back. We wanna stay nice and upright with the upper body, and we're just going to lean forward and really feeling it in that piriformis and that glute. If that's easy enough, you're gonna wanna rotate that hip, get that knee more at a 90-degree angle there. I'm not able to do 90. We're just gonna hold it for about 30 seconds each side. If you can bend over without rolling that lower back, you're gonna feel more in that target area. This is probably gonna be super easy for you, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Might start feeling a little pain in that inside of your knee. If you're feeling that, stop. I was doing these about a month and a half ago and just really ratcheting on that, kind of moving into it, and kind of pulled something down my calf on the outside. So I don't recommend any jerking movements on this. And when you feel pain, don't keep pushing it. You're not gonna improve your flexibility in a day by pushing it super duper hard. Easy does it. You can bend this knee to get you kind of to sit down in it a little bit more and then lean over. And that's really gonna target that area. Can you bend forward? Oh, you rounded your back. Don't round your back. So that's easy for you?
Yeah, I think I need to sit into it.
Yeah, sit into it then. That's actually how you would make this stretch a lot harder, sitting into it. If you have tight hips, this is probably the first one you want to do.
You're just gonna stick with the hips all day? Hips and glutes?
Hips and glutes. Yeah, so this leg is so much easier for me.
Me too.
I feel it down this.
Oh.
And literally it sounded like I was crumpling paper when I pulled it. Real quick, we're gonna also do another thing that I like to do as part of this. SI joints. If you go to the chiropractor, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna pop your SI joint. They're gonna put your leg over, twist your upper body, and kind of give you a little crack. So this leg's gonna be over the top, and then go over, be squeezing those two together, and then I'm just gonna roll this way. The key is to keeping those 2 legs pressed together. There it was. Did you hear it?
Yeah.
You don't have an SI joint, do you?
Yes, I do.
Do they ever pop? Can you get
I
them to
think
pop?
they do sometimes.
It's the cause of a lot of back problems for me. All right, you're up.
I'm up. Okay, we're gonna do banded lat rotation, shoulder rotations. So band comes up. I'm gonna go full body, you know? Because I feel like you're just gonna give some hip and glute love.
You don't know what I'm gonna do. You don't know me. Do I grab blue as well?
Probably a little bit heavier. All right, so we have a band. Tying it up to any kind of elevated surface. We're gonna wrap our arm in the band so the band sits on our front hand area.
I wrap it twice. I go in, wrap around, and then come. Because I got a big lat.
From here, we're going to retract the shoulder. So you're rotating the whole shoulder under so that the elbow is trying to go down in the opposite direction, and then you're going down to, to your full extension.
Use external, internal for me.
Externally rotating to the full amount that you can.
Crikey, the bicep, yeah.
And then internally rotating again. And you just go back and forth between those two.
Well, if you guys are like me and you have super tight,
Let's swap palms.
what you want to almost start off with instead of...
This is my exercise, not
Can we
yours.
just show
Please
them
go back to your position.
what if you can't do this one?
Everyone can do some kind of external rotation.
If you don't have an arm, you can't.
Steven, this man will be the death of me.
Oh, you're being a bad coach right now. I really like this one. I like it
glad.
because it's an individual side. Like I can get a little bit better of a stretch on each side. Well, here, I'll try that
The
blue
lighter
one.
your
Let's try that blue
band,
one.
the more movement you have.
Oh, it's like keeping me in place.
Everywhere I go, the people really want to know who I is and who I be. They stop and stare with me.
I mean, does that mean I can hang upside down like that?
No,
Why?
because that's your body weight. I can't spot you.
Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Okay.
Baby, breathe.
How'd I do? We're gonna stay over here with the bands. And yes, we are staying with ankle mobility on this one, so we're not gonna do hip mobility, we're doing ankle mobility. Over to the wall. One of the biggest things I see with people that can't get into proper squat positioning at the bottom is because their ankle mobility isn't good enough to do that. How we test our ankle mobility is by off leg, kind of in the middle of my foot. So my right foot in the middle of my left foot here, and then I'm gonna go back to a lunge position. And the goal for me is to be able to lunge and touch that wall. And for me, ooh, it starts coming off right there, just slightly. So I'm then gonna do it with the opposite leg. This leg is a little bit better, as you'll see, no problem. If you have an ankle that is not letting you get into that, now all of a sudden your knee's not gonna be in the correct position. You're gonna be manipulating things so now your hip's not in the correct position. We're gonna grab a band, and my lovely assistant is going to grab a dumbbell. So we're gonna start off with the least mobile ankle. We're gonna step forward. Band is gonna be right around that, right above that ankle joint, like, you know, for right here. And then we're gonna get into that proper position, and we're just gonna sink into that. You're gonna feel it in that
30 or 40?
tibialis, you're gonna feel in that gastrocnemius.
30 or 40?
Let's go 30. The band is resisting us, pulling that back. We're gonna allow our knee to get over our toe here, and we're just gonna sink into it. And then you switch sides, holding it there about 30 seconds and doing at least 2 on each side. Yeah, see this one's much better. I can sink into that. That knee can get well over that toe. And that's the thing, like we all have imbalances. So doing these unilateral stretches, these unilateral movements, even when we exercise, are gonna be super important because very few people are perfectly symmetrical with strength. In fact, no one is. We're gonna see Morgan's crazy ankle mobility. We're gonna test hers first. That's silly, bro. That's so good. That's why Morgan's able to get into a deep, that's why she was featured on Squat University. She is more than 5 inches away from the wall there. All right. If I'm doing a leg day, I'm going to always start off with this movement. If I'm doing any kind of squats in my workout, I have to hit this exercise. And
Just
you can
warms
just
up
see.
the ankles?
Yep. What happens for me is this ankle isn't as mobile. I start to
Turn out.
rotate it out, and now
And then
all of
your
a
hip,
sudden,
yeah.
I'm all squampus.
Squampus.
Yeah.
Skiddly lumpus.
Yeah, that's so good.
You love
It's impressive.
Okay, my second one is a weighted butterfly.
Morgan always goes straight to the advanced movement.
No.
A weighted butterfly?
Yes, you've done
I'm still
this,
on like,
Steven.
I'm barely doing weighted caterpillars. I haven't even blossomed into a butterfly yet.
So you're coming up against the wall, feet are together. It doesn't matter how far out they are, honestly. If you don't have the mobility to bring them in as close as possible, it's fine. We're gonna put a dumbbell
Weights.
on each side. I'm gonna go pretty heavy, only because I have the mobility to do so, the
That's
strength and the
insane.
flexibility to do so. But this position at your lowest is your flexibility. Because I don't feel this isn't why I do these. But for you, you'll feel this. From here, I'm lifting.
Oh.
So
okay,
it's
yep,
working your
yep.
hips. Lifting, lowering, and at the end, so you do 10 reps, at the end you do a 10-second hold just off the ground.
And this
Or
is
just at your lowest point. This for me is relaxing, whereas this I'm struggling. But here, you're not gonna be relaxing. You're gonna be like, okay, I can feel that.
most of you guys out there, this will not be relaxing.
So
when you do
it'll
this.
look like coming through 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, and hold just off the ground for 10. 3, 2, and 1.
You made that look really easy. So back's got to stay
Yeah,
up.
lower back's got to stay to the floor.
That's our safe word. Kelly Clarkson.
You were saying.
Kelly Clarkson.
Stop.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
I'm sorry, everyone in the
This is
gym.
my gym. I can do what I want.
That's
I can
such
do- I
a
can do what I
lovely
want.
thing to say. Can you do your exercise?
I'm not dropping them.
You've actually got a really good butterfly.
What kind of butterfly am I? Tell me I'm a monarch butterfly. Tell me I'm a monarch. I'm not dropping these until you tell me I'm a monarch.
Okay, keep going.
I'm a big, beautiful red and black monarch.
Drop it. You weirdo.
Oh,
so freaking weird.
crikey, I can feel that.
Christian, you're up.
Butterfly
Yeah,
position
Steve's gonna
first.
take you through it.
Yep. I feel like
Hold
you're
for
more
10.
flexible than I am.
And then 10 raises. 6. 10, and then go up halfway and hold. 8. I was gonna say, can you feel it in your hips? Because you'll know if you're doing it right. Take the resistance out and hold your max again. 6, 7, yeah, you're good. Great job.
That was quality.
Look at a
That was
flexible
quality.
videographer. Rightio. Steve's got one more, and then I've got one more, and we're done. And I don't know what he's gonna come up with. No idea, but the one that I've got for him, he needs badly. It's one of those exercises that I feel like I've been trying to get him to do for a long time, and now this is just the excuse to get him to do it, so.
Kind of on piggybacking on Morgan's exercise because that was a lot of hip flexors. So now I want to actually kind of do the opposite movement. So what we're going to be doing on our backs, hands on the ground, 4 or 5 inches, heels away from our booty. We're gonna come to the top, but we're not gonna stop there. Hands pressed into the ground, we're pressing through our heels so you can see my toes are up. I'm actually gonna do a 1-leg hip thrust. And again, this kind of goes back to that posterior chain. I wanna turn on these glutes. Your glutes are gonna be your lower back's best friend in terms of when my lower back starts getting injured, it's usually because I'm using my lower back when I should be using my glutes for things. You know, we sit down all the time at a desk, so we're always in that flexion. That's our glutes' jobs to do that, is to extend those hips. I like doing 8 and then holding for about 30 seconds. It's something that I'm not inherently good at. Like, I'm not just good at it naturally, so I have to learn how to turn those on, whether it's at the top of a squat or a deadlift. You know, this is the advanced movement. You'd be single leg curl, all the way down, up, hold, and then extend. So actually now we're hitting a lot of hamstrings in there. So we're killing those hamstrings. I mean, this is more of a leg exercise. So it's a hamstring curl, extension, up. Nice, good work. Okay, what do you got?
Jefferson curl. Nice. Kettlebell. We're gonna go toes to the edge of the box. We're gonna go feet together.
Could be
If you need to regress the exercise, we're going feet apart. Feet together is harder. We're gonna break down the vertebrae piece by piece till we get to our extended, like standing pike hold. So I'll demonstrate one and then I'll show you guys. So we're gonna hunch the shoulders, roll down vertebrae by vertebrae to our extended position. Hold for 3, 2, 1, rolling back up. That's 1 rep. We're gonna do 5 and then a 20-second hold down the bottom on our 5th exercise. Keeping the hips up and the core engaged, we're closing the gap between our hips and our ribs, and we're allowing our upper body to come down first, then we hinge at the hips. And you'll feel it literally break down each vertebrae. You'll feel the tension shift as you go down. Now it's full hammies, and then coming back up, shoulders back. And on your 5th exercise, hold for 20 at the bottom. Well, you're actually doing so well. 3, 2, 1, roll back up. That is it. How you feel? How did you like it? Give me a rating.
I've never done those before.
I
so-
know, I've tried to get you to do them, and each time you're like, nah.
Yeah, it scares me.
It's so good though.
I know.
Spine flexibility is so important.
I need to do that. You're right, I do. But I always come from that world of like never around your lower back. So it's good for me to do it in a controlled setting. Thanks, coach.
Welcome, protege. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know how you think Steve did on my exercises and how I did on Steve's exercises.
30 minutes of mobility every single day is key. If you guys can do that, you'll never get old.
See you in the next video.
That's not normal. I don't think I can do that.
No, you shouldn't try.
Oh, I
You're
shouldn't?
way too heavy to do
Let me
that
just try.
exercise. Steven.